Hello everyone, today's story is called Alfie's Shop. In Alfie's back garden there was a big bush. You can lift up the curtain of leaves and walk inside. It was a nice and private place. One afternoon, Mum gave Alfie a long cardboard box to play with. He took it into the bush and put it down on its side. It made a very good counter for a shop. Then Alfie and Annie Rose looked through the garden for something to sell in the shop. They found plenty of things lying around: flower petals, seed pods, acorn cups, and lots of different kinds of leaves. They laid them down on the counter using some big leaves as plates. They pretended they had vegetables and crisps and sweets and ice cream in the shop. Not the kind that you can eat, of course. And toys too. When everything was nicely arranged, Alfie decided that what the shop needed was some money. He fetched a little brown box with a lid, and they collected a lot of flat, greenish-yellow seeds, which rattled inside like real money. Mum and Grandma were sitting having tea in the garden. Alfie asked if they wanted to come by to buy something from the shop. "Yes, of course," said Grandma, "but what is your shop's name? Is it Alfie and Annie's General Store?" "No," said Alfie, "it's called Lewis, Burrows and Company." He knew that there was a proper shop called that in the high street. Alfie put on his pea cap to open the shop, and Annie Rose wore an apron to be Mr. Lewis Burrows' lady assistant. Then Grandma and Mum came by to do some shopping. First they bought some cabbage and ice cream. Then they bought some lettuce and crisps and a model helicopter and a doll's tea set. Mr. Lewis Burrows took the money and counted out the change, and his assistant handed things over the counter. The shop stayed open all afternoon. When it was time to go indoors, Mum made a notice and fixed the piece of paper with a string, and Alfie could hang it outside the shop. On the one side it said "Open," but if you turned it around it said "Closed." "Even Mr. Lewis Burrows has to get to bed sometimes, I expect," said Mum. The end.